Tonight, we're going to discuss yung women in the ministry sa, of course, sa CBAP sa ating organization. At uh, yung composition po ng lessons natin tonight has something to do with the value of women in the ministry. No? And the next is yung uh, particular role na or explanation. No? Bakit walang ano yung tawag mo dito sa mga Baptist churches ay hindi inaalaw ang women na women na mag-take the lead sa pastoral leadership. Okay? So, ano yan? Women's ministry is the department of the local church that is responsible for initiating, planning, and developing programs and activities for the women. Okay? Women of your church. Ideally, the church should see this as an important part of its overall life and should allocate the necessary resources to operate it. Women helping, empowering other women. Children, of course, included. So, ang goal natin dito is to understand paano tayo magkakaroon ng isang strong women ministry. No? So, meron dito ang tawag dito yung yung felt need, yung pag-explore ng felt need ng mga students para nang sa gayon no? Create a survey for the women of your church to fill out and see what they feel their needs are. Okay? Or hold small focus groups and talk with them about what they feel that they need and what from a women's ministry. Yun yung starting point. Yung pag-analyze, pagka-clarify ano yung needs ng women para nang sa gayon magkaroon ng idea paano ang local church ay magtutulong-tulong para ma-reach out itong mga needs na to. Then determine where the priorities are and what steps you need to take to achieve them. So, building a dynamic women's ministry. Ito po ay galing pa rin sa CBAP Ministry Handbook, no? Published noong 2009. At kayo naman ay may mga copies na nito sa PDF. So, where and when do we begin in order to see a ministry to women dynamic and growing? No, yun yung ating, yun yung tawag mo dito, main question na yun yung, or we say, guiding question ng ating lesson, yung first part ng lesson natin for tonight. Okay? So, we begin, no? Begin where you are. At, syempre, anong question dito? Pastor, saan ba ito pinakamagandang i-apply? Pinakamaganda ito sa church planting. Okay? Eh, bigla ako nakita si Pastor Jomel, no? Sa gawain natin sa Navarro yan, akmang-akma yan. Pwedeng-pwede nating direct ma-apply agad itong mga pinag-uusapan natin na to when it comes to having a dynamic women's ministry. Okay? So begin where you are. You are called to be a spiritual leader. With leadership comes the ability to affect change in others. Okay? Influencing others for their spiritual good may include the ability to cast vision for what women can do. Okay? Begin to build everything you do in ministry on a biblical foundation. The best way to help women recognize and understand God's love for them is to help women fall in love with His Word. At makikita naman natin that there are different types of women. Meron nga lang talagang women na mas makikita mo yung presence, yung activity, yung lumalabas sa kanilang sinasabi, yung prayerfulness, yung availability nila. Of course, part nun is, malaking part nun is time management, di ba? kung paano na ang napakaraming responsibilities ang ating mga ladies, pero nabibigyan pa rin ng time ang gawain. So doon, yun yung ano, yung malaking part ng yung observation ng isang manggagawa, no? Next is go with the prayers and doers. Okay? So dito ini-explore mo yung sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung women na mas nagiging visible sila, mas nagiging active sila sa prayer, no? At nandoon yung ano nila, yung bukas kamay nila, no? Bukas ang palad sa pagtulong sa gawain, yung kusang loob. Ayan, ito yung mga lalapitan natin, no? Do not wait for the big plan. Begin where you are with the women God has placed in your life. Kung nakikita natin ng isang strength ng women's ministry ay sa prayer, ay doon, sabayan natin sila. No? Sabayan natin sila doon. Gather natin yung mga women na pwede nating maging kabahagi, no? At doon, dahil nga ang demands ng pastor ay napakalaki, no? Ay doon tayo, doon natin makikita at magbibigay ang Diyos ng mga women leaders, no? Na kung saan yung time na dapat ay nagagamit ng pastor sa visitation, pwede na nating nade-delegate sa mga women na kung saan ay nakikita ay laging active sa panalangin, no? At sa pangunguna. Okay? So, of course, kung ito ay sa prayer, so sabi nga, be on your knees. Record things God impresses in your heart and mind, no? Do not rush this. Huwag daw natin mamadaliin. At malaking part dito, of course, when it comes to yung patience ng pastor, waiting, at talaga yung setting as an example then, of course, no? For these who are restructuring your women's ministry, if you feel that you need to suspend all present activities for a while to spend in prayer and research, do so, no? So, ang mahalaga na natin na iingatan natin yung fire ng yung pagiging masigasig, no? Ng mga nakakasama natin sa panalangin na at hindi magtatagal ang church kung walang prayer. Okay? So itong mga women na ito na nakakasama natin sa prayer, malaking asset sila sa church. Let's go on. Establish your leadership team. Parang papunta na doon yung sinasabi ko dito, no? The Lord Jesus did his earthly ministry based on a team of followers. At when we look at the Gospels, yung kahit doon sa center portion, pertaining doon sa Galilean ministry ni Jesus, may mga women, no? Nakasama si Jesus, no? A careful look at leadership and influence confirms that a growing women's ministry requires a team of women who commit to develop over positions, partnership over program, and view the women's ministry as a lifestyle rather than an event, no? So, yung malaking demands ng pastoral work, pag nakikita natin na may mga ladies tayo na nagiging partner natin sa ministry, sa pag-prepare ng sanctuary, and even sa team ng worship, di ba? Ay yun, of course yung concept of shepherding, yung big question na paano natin masi-shepherd na na pantay-pantay, no? Paano natin masi-shepherd na pantay-pantay at distributed equally, no? Yung mga personages na nakikita natin sa church ng ganito, di ba? And then fourth, expect prepared people. Willing or popular people are not enough. Okay? Mas maganda yung yung look for those whom God has prepared in different ways through previous life experiences. Kasi pwedeng kahit doon sa Bible, di ba? Yung sa gospel, sabi ni Jesus yung may mga nag-volunteer na gusto nilang sumunod kay Jesus, di ba? Pero hindi sila willing to to carry the level of accountability na meron na binibigay si Jesus sa kanila. So maging maingat daw tayo para dun sa yung willing lamang, no, na minsan ay by word of mouth lang, or yung mas worse nito, popular. Popular, ah, ah, parang ano lang, eh, yung politika sa mundo, no? Yung sa politika sa mundo, ina-apply nila, dinadala nila sa loob ng church. I'm not saying this para lang sa mga ladies, no? Kahit sa mga gentlemen, may mga nakikita tayo na ganito. Concerns na dapat maging maingat ang manggagawa ng Panginoon. Ano? So, planning a dynamic women's ministry. No? So, anong gagawin po natin? Determine to, yung sinabi kanina, paano natin makikita yung ano, no? You do a survey, no? Magtanong-tanong ka, no? Hindi po nakakahiya yung magbigay ka ng papel, magpasa ka. Tapos doon, no? Yung mga ladies mismo na isusulat nila, no? At merong box doon na hindi naman nila nilalagay yung pangalan nila. At doon tayo magkakaroon ng idea. Of course, you talk with the elders of the church kung paano yung mga needs na ito ay i-address. Ito na nga po, determine the needs. Conducting a survey, taking information and report from the staff. So ginagather natin yung results, no? Noting and identifying real needs outlined from the Bible. And then, of course, evaluating the survey results, tinitimbang natin, pinag-aaralan natin, ano yung pwede ilalagay natin priorities, ano doon sa mga felt needs na yun talagang dapat unahin, dapat bigyan ng pansin. At kasama na rito, pumapasok dito yung budget, di ba? Yung paano natin paglalaan. Of course, yung ano yan, human resources, presence ng pastor, yung financial obligations, time, no? Paano natin ini-schedule yung mga gawain para mabuo at may strengthen yung women's ministry. Nandun si pastor, okay? Nandun si pastor. And then give the women's ministry program an umbrella of protection and accountability. A key step in organizing a women's ministry is to inform the male leadership of the church for them to be able to share the vision and thereby support it. So kung may unified vision yung church, at ang mga activity ng women's ministry, teaching, discipleship, yung mga fellowship, di ba? Yung minsan may mga parlor games pa, di ba? Minsan meron silang practical yung life hacks, di ba? May mga practical na ginagawa sila, pagluluto, di ba? Paano gumawa ng leche plan, di ba? Di ba? So, yun. Nagagawa na sa pamamagitan nito. And then choose one priority program. Ay, para nasabi ko na to, no? Pero ayun nga, medyo nasasabi ko ahead yung contents ng lesson. Iintindihin yung sinurvey nyo, no? Ano yung dapat mauna? At sana, dahil meron kang inuna, no, makikita ng mga, kasi meron kang sabihin natin, 5 important felt needs na kailangan i-address. Meron kang inuuna, meron kang pangalawa, pero wag mong kakalimutan yung pangatlo, pangapat, panglima. At bakit? Kasi nagpa-survey ka eh. No? At dahil nagpa-survey ka, ang understanding nila doon, hinihingi mo yung kanilang nalalaman bilang mga kababaihan. No? At hindi natin pwedeng pabayaan yung third, fourth, and fifth. Sabi ko nga, dahil nagpa-survey ka, ini-expect nila na alam nila, meron kang, or yung pastoral leadership, yung elders, meron silang pinapriority. Pero hanapin nila, no? In due time, hanapin nila yung felt need na kanilang ni-raise at ano ang ginagawa ng pastoral leadership tungkol dun sa felt need na yun. Kasi ang tendencies nito, ma-focus tayo doon sa priorities, so first at saka second, no? Na hindi natin ina-address yung third, fourth, and fifth. Makikita nila yon, no? At totoo nun, na nagbigay sila ng papel doon sa form, kahit hindi nila nilagay yung pangalan nila doon, iniintay nila, no? Iniintay nila tayo na ano kayang gagawin nitong mga kalalakiang leaders na ito doon sa ating pinorward na pangangailangan. At pag hindi nila nakita yon, they will feel betrayed. No? Nasasabihin nila, para saan pa yung aming pinorward na mga concerns at parang wala yatang ginagawa si Pastor tungkol doon. No? And so, begin writing down clear goals and objectives to accomplish these goals. So, ano, na medyo managerial, no? Itong pinag-uusapan natin, no? Managerial. A priority is what you want to accomplish. A goal is how you will accomplish the priority. And then, objectives are the steps within a goal. So, kailangan nakikita doon. Diba? Now, we move over to sa organizing. So, we've seen itong mga concerns na ito. Now, we move over. Ang gusto natin makita, paano natin may isasaayos yung women's ministry na to after we've done planning, after we've done sabihin natin yung pag-establish ng sabihin natin yung pag-gather sa kanila, pag-aanap ng pag-a-analyze ng kanilang mga needs, no. So, okay, God never intended for us to journey through life alone. Women's ministry is certainly no place to do so. Most women want to be a part of something that will positively mold them and help them grow and develop. No? Bago ako magpatuloy, ang isang nakikita kong reason na yan, kasi itong mga ladies natin, punong-puno yan ng energy. No? At ano, no? Ay, bago ko pala i-move dito sa content, wag nating pababayaan yung nakalagay sa heading, no? Organizing women power, no? Or woman power. Kasi daw merong manpower. Bakit walang woman power? So merong woman power. No? So again, yung mga ladies natin, although hindi lahat, merong mga ladies na naiwanan sa bahay. So pagkatapos nilang gawin yung duties nila para sa kanilang mga anak, may pagkain na, naka-ready na yung tubig, nakapag-plancha, etc., etc. Pag nakita nila na cover na nila yon, no? Wala nang gagawin. So para bang iisipin na nila, ano bang gagawin ko sa aking free time? At doon pwede nating doon natin i-direct, no, yung energy na meron ng mga ng mga ladies para po sa ganitong yung sabihin natin matulungan nila ang gawain ng Diyos. Our goal in leadership is to raise up women and to place them in a position where they are inspired to grow spiritually. No? So prayerfully, you challenge the women you believe God would have assigned to the different main functions. At ang isa pang naisip ko dito is when we do such things, kung kaya lang naman kung kaya lang naman, maganda kasama natin si Mrs. Nandun yung in doing so, no? Hindi lang dahil kasama natin siya ay yung parang bang nag-i-increase kasi yung level ng trust, no, ng babae pag nakikita na meron din kasamang babae, which is si pastora tuloy, si asawang babae, no, yung asawa ng pastor. Okay, and then so prayerfully challenge the women you believe God would have assigned to the different main functions. Okay. Ito yung concept ng recruitment. So kasi papunta doon, di ba? Dito, meron kang pinapanalangin na makasama mo, organizing woman power nga, di ba? So susunod noon yung ideas, no? Parang yung ginawa natin last meeting, meron tayong yung mga practical tips na may kinalaman sa pag-develop ng eldership, no? Eldership, okay? Ito, so recruit women of different ages, life situations, and backgrounds. A visionary, someone who sees everything the ministry could be in 10 years. Nai-imagine niya at nai-share sa pastor, nai-share sa mga kasama niyang kababaihan. Kasi masarap mangarap, no? Masarap mangarap para sa sa women's ministry ng isang local church. At ito, yung merong shepherd, ang focus natin dito yung gift, okay? Yung gift niya, yung kanyang husay sa pangangalaga ng mga kapwa kababaihan. Okay? So makikita sa kanya, a leader with a heart for God and for His people. Okay? So nandun siya, women towards other women. Yung ano, pangangalaga, nakakapagbigay ng counsel, di ba? Nakakapagbigay ng counsel. Merong ano, laging may panahon para makapagdalaw, ganito. Para pangalagaan. At nagpa-follow up, no? Mga babae na pina-follow up ang mga kasama nila, mga kababayan sa church. And then yung administrador, a leader who gets things done. Okay? Ito yung mga ano, no, yung mga ano, strong women, no, na ano, nakikita natin na ano, yung ability nila na hindi lang pang ano, pang bahay. No? At karamihan dito mga ano to, mga corporate women ito, no? Alam niyo ibig ko sabihin, no? Mga babae na ano, no, na malaki ang experience nila sa company setting na yung mga nalalaman nila maganda may ma-apply sa ano sa appropriately, of course, appropriately with God's wisdom sa local church, no. And then nandiyan din yung mga encourager, no? So, encourager, one who is enthusiastic and reminds people that our strength is in the Lord. At ano, no, yung pag-encourage, ano to, no, kakaibang gift ito, no. At ano, purihin ng Diyos, gusto kong banggitin diyan si Mami. Yung mother ko, ano siya, encourager at ano, yung bang nandun yung ano, yung kunyari pag ma-meet ng mga bago, di ba? Yung mga bago, yung mga dati, yung mga kapwa leader, di ba? Yung kung paano nagkakaroon ng ano ng strength, encouragement. At saka gana na nagpapatuloy ang mga ano itong mga ladies natin. And then meron ding a worker and a team player. Ito yung parang nabanggit ko last meeting din about sa pagpili ng leaders. Merong mga ang tawag mo doon, mga kasama natin sa loob ng church na meron talaga silang gift of service. At dahil meron silang gift of service, no? Tinatanggihan nila yung leadership. Kasi minsan mas maganda pa mag-stick sila doon sa service, no, sa role of service. Kaysa doon sa yung leadership ibigay mo na lang sa iba. A worker and a team player. This person is not interested in being in charge but will get things done. Ito yung mga taong hindi man leader pero maaasahan natin. Maaasahan. And of course, yung prayer warrior. Ayan, mahal na mahal natin yung mga prayer warrior. Nagpapatibay at merong mga churches na intentional sila paglalagay ng intercessory team. At wag ho kayong magugulat at karamihan sa intercessory na obserbahan ko ay puro mga kababaihan. So let them do yung ano, no, yung bagay na kung saan sila ay mahusay at doon na experience nila yung ano, no, yung God sa kanilang buhay. And then women who walk with God. Ito naman yung sabihin natin, nakafocus naman ito sa righteousness and holiness. Na ang ganda ng ano, magagandang model sila, di ba? Laging handang tumulong, di ba? Laging yan yung ang tawag mo dito pag sinabi mo na ate, kailangan natin magpakain ng bata. Ayan, ano? Ganado yan, ihahanda niya na. Alam niya na yung ano, alam niya na yung pagkain na nararapat, saan bibili ng mga sangkap, di ba? Saan bibili. Tapos, lalo na kung tumatagal yung local church, kilala niya na rin yung mga kasama niya na ano, na gumagawa rin sa pagluluto, di ba? So, yung mga nagagayat ng bawang sibuyas, yan, ano na agad yan, tag mo ron. Tatawagin niya na, kukunin na niya agad yung attention. So, there are components of an effective women's ministry. Ano itong mga components na to nakita niyo. Bagamat yung ilan na somehow hindi man siya talagang strictly nakita natin pero napag-usapan na natin. Una, di ba? Develop your vision, mission, and purpose. Hindi ito yung ano yung sa local church meron, pero ito ay para sa women's ministry kasi ano yun, ito yung pag nakita ng mga kababaihan nito, kahit yung mga bago, mga bisita, nakita nila yung vision and mission and purpose statement ng women's ministry, gaganahan yan. Sabi, uy, ang tawag mo ron, purihin ng Diyos. dun sa women's ministry na meron sa particular na local church nito. So, maganda ito na verbalize, no? Na ang tawag mo doon na-articulate. So, naisusulat yung maigi, tapos na-describe mo na meron kayong mga decoration sa loob ng church na papakita nitong visions nito. Na vision is a clear mental image or a dream of a desirable future situation based on an accurate understanding of your God and your world. Yes, and your world. At syempre, nakapasok doon na ano yung magiging nakikita natin para sa ikabubuti ng ladies, no? Ladies ministry. And of course, mission statement, yung statement na kung saan tinitingnan na pinag-aaralan na paano ma-meet yung vision. Okay? So pwede ko nang pwede ko nang sabihin natin, i-skip to kasi yung concept ng vision and mission kahit nung mga beginning lessons na pag-usapan na natin. Of course, you develop core values. Okay? Develop core values. So core values, ano yung edit ko lang palalakihin ko lang yung font. Okay. Core value, yung singular, is the overall system of beliefs, values, and attitudes which makes your group unique. For the benefit ng women's ministry. These are sometimes called distinctive or commitments. So, your core values need to complement the overall philosophy of the church organization of which your women's ministry is part. At usually, makikita natin dito, meron siyang alliteration, yung paggamit ng letters. So again, maganda ito, dinidisplay para sa women's ministry na pag kunyari na lumalagpas na sila sa they are going overboard, papalala na ng isang kasama sa women's ministry. Oops, ano yung core values? So pwede nilang i-cite to. So, advantages of women leadership. No? Teka lang Anyway, ito. Papunta pala dito. Mamaya na tayo dito sa Mamaya na tayo dun sa makakakita tayo ng samples ng core values, no? Para sa women's ministry. Okay. Hindi natin pwedeng hindi natin pwedeng baliwalain yung advantages ng women leadership. Purihin ng Diyos sa mga women leaders natin sa ating mga local church at sa mga married dito sa ating community ng online, no? Salamat din sa Diyos sa ating mga partner na binigay ng Diyos sa atin. Okay? God designed women to be relational. Okay? Therefore, it is usual to see women in churches with ongoing ministries even before being formally organized. This shows that women ministries can come together and function well through women volunteers playing significant roles based on their personalities, gifting, and strengths. Okay? Since they are in positions best suited for them, these women can accomplish the work assigned to them to the best of their God-given abilities. Okay? So, continuing, no? The whole women's ministry is accountable to each member, and the leader is accountable to the team. Furthermore, this setup gives the leader the opportunity to mentor more women who can take leadership positions to continue the work in the future. However, since this structure has many leaders, disagreements over decisions can happen. Meetings and fellowships may not also be often because each ministry team can meet as a group separately. Basta mahalaga nito, nagkakasundo kung kailan sila yung best time na meron sila. Volunteerism is effective in women's ministry with members of diverse personalities and giftings who are willing to take leadership roles. Ito, medyo napag-usapan na natin ito sa appointment ng elders. Kasi pwede rin itong from a congregational government perspective, pwedeng itong maging sabihin natin cause ng problems, no? Ano lang tayo, real talk lang tayo that this is a challenge. Bago ko ituloy, hatiin ko sa dalawang slide itong section na to, medyo mahaba. Aha. Okay, thank you for waiting. No? When using election to determine your leader, the popular one might get the most votes. Inulit ko yung word na popular. Siguro dapat lagyan natin siya ditong underline, no? Tsaka italics. Regardless of her character. Yun yung totoong problema. Popular, pero may problema sa character. Popular, pero hindi spiritual mature. No? Worse dito, popular, pero walang leadership skill. So, nandoon, nagagather, nagtitinginan sila, habang yung iba na mga kababaihan, ino-overpower yung leader na pinili nila. No? So, no? Kasi nga, nag-i-struggle sa leadership skill. It is also possible that she will devote more time on programs and events to show accomplishments during her term instead of focusing on fulfilling the Lord's mandate. Ito yung sinasabing busy on the kingdom but not on the king. Liwanagin ko pa. Yung meron sinabi si Apostol Pablo sa 1 Timothy, yung sinasabing busy bodies. No?
Pass, excuse me po.
Yes, ano, Teacher Dan?
Kasi hindi po naka-project.
Ay, oo. Tama.
Thank you po.
Yan, okay. Yeah, thank you kasi nag-edit nga ako. Thank you, okay. So, yung ano, no, yung sinasabing busy sa kingdom pero hindi sa king. No? Ito yung sinasabi na ang dami-daming activity para sa ano, hindi lang ito sa kababaihan ha. Sa mga lalaki pwede din mangyari ito, no? Na-focus kung ano-anong mga activities, pero ang question, nakakapag-discipleship ba talaga? Okay. Meron ba talagang mentoring na nangyayari? Di ba? Meron ba talagang deep spirituality na napapasa sa pamamagitan ng panalangin, Bible reading, di ba? Meron ba talaga? So, yun. Ano to, mga measurement ito para makita natin, ma-evaluate natin yung ano, no, yung significance ng mga activities. At lagi, kaya nga, yung nagkaroon tayo ng isa pang palang discussion yung tungkol sa ano sa evaluation, no? Yung evaluation every year. Ang ganda nito kasi kunyari November. No, December napaka-busy niyan. We all know that, no. So, advance Merry Christmas nga pala, no, mga kuya, no. Pinapasaya ko lang kayo. In November nagkakaroon ng evaluation. Okay. And from there, yung mga ministries, no, kasama na yung hindi lang women's ministry, pati ang men's ministry. Magsasubmit ng listahan ng mga events, activities na ginawa for 2026. No? At pagdating ng ganyan, pag-present ng ganyan, we always weigh, no, tinitimbang natin. Ito bang mga ministries na ito, paano ito nakakatulong sa vision ng church? Paano ito nakakatulong sa vision ni Jesus about the Great Commission, di ba? So, yun yung lagi nating lagi natin titingnan. Of course, nandun din yung yung spiritual essentials, prayer, reading the word of God, yung concept ng worship, at saka gathering together, di ba? Okay. So, still on sa yung problem ng election, no? Electing the leaders based from popularity, factions, o yung magkakalabang grupo. Among the group members can also emerge and this will undermine the work of the ministry. Bakit? Kasi yung time na dapat na ilalaan sa ministry napupunta sa pag-aaway. O kaya yung pagpapagalingan, no? Nagiging competition na siya, no? Na imbis na dapat tinutulungan yung pastor, no? Geared towards the common vision. Ang nangyayari, nauubos yung energy sa pagtatalo at saka nagpapagalingan, no? Yon. So, election can be effective in women's ministry with members who know each other well so they can fully assess who is called by God to lead them. Yan. So, ang pwede nating gawin, kung itutuloy pa rin yung concept ng election, kasi we talk about last meeting, 1 Timothy 3, yung qualifications for elders, and then later on, we talked about yung qualification ng deacons. So pwede yon. We already have a guide, yung Bible. At yung, kunyari, concept ng deacons, ilalagay lang natin siya in the context of the women's ministry as a guide, no? Kung paano natin ma-ensure na iingatan natin yung yung naitatalaga ng mga leader at ang finality nito is that nakikita natin yung cooperation ng women's ministry sa galaw ng ng vision na pinapangunahan ng pastor ng church. Okay. So consider leadership principles. Ito ay hindi lang ito pang kababaihan, no? Challenge dito para sa atin. Leadership is not about popularity, nasabi ko na yun kanina. And moreover, hindi na ito kailangan ng explanation. Everything in your women's ministry revolves around the purpose of disciple making. Kaya nga, lagi nating babantayan, lagi nating tatanungin. No? Lalo na sa inyo, nakaramihan sa inyo, kayo yung head pastor ng church. Lagi nyong tatanungin, lagi nyong kukumustahin. Ano bang ginagawa ng activity natin? Patungo ba ito sa disciple making o hindi? At meron silang sagot doon. Siyempre, bakit nila nasasabing patungo ito sa disciple making? So, maganda rin napapakinggan natin yung sagot. Leaders are committed to disciple making. So, it's a offshoot of number 2. Women are being developed through intentional growth strategies. Yan. So, kailangan familiar si pastor na kung merong mga activity at paano yung activity na yon ay nagagamit towards spiritual growth. And again, gustong-gusto ko pala dito yung word na intentional. I-underline ko. Yan. Okay. Gustong-gusto ko dito yung word na intentional, no? Kailangan hindi yung bahala na kayo sa buhay ninyo, no? Bahala na si Lord sa iyo. Hindi pwede ganoon. Kailangan sinasadya natin, pinapaliwanag natin ng bakit na hindi namimilit, hindi nananakot, hindi nag-intimidate, hindi nila na-feel na sila ay pino-force to do something. At dagdag 'yon na maging careful tayo. Kailangan nandun yung proper explanation of the word of God para mahikayat natin sila towards yung pagpapaliwanag natin na bakit natin ito ginagawang intentional, mga kuya. And of course, the women's ministry vision and strategy is clearly articulated and adopted in the church. So merong unified yung pinagkakaisahan ng local church. And then yung specific vision and mission statement ng women's ministry at na-achieve ba nila ito? Na-achieve ba nila? Ito. Yung very specific, CBAP Women's Commission. Okay? So CWC, is the CBAP National Women's Organization committed to help women in our churches. So we thank God meron ganitong yung national arm, para sa women's ministry. They are organized to train, equip, and bless and encourage women in their ministry. So meron na silang sabihin natin na-establish na models, na-establish na lessons, na-establish na programs, di ba? So sa mga local churches, wag tayong mahiyang lumapit. Hingi tayo ng tulong sa kanila sa CWC. Kasi malamang ako naniniwala yung nature ng CWC, women. Naghihintay lang sila, ha? Naghihintay lang sila na mayroong mga local churches na na lumapit sa kanila at sila ay maging partner natin sa strengthening at growth ng women sa ating local churches. So ito? Isa itong dagdag na advice, wag natin it is to our advantage na merong ganito CWC. No? So they serve in ministries to younger women, pastors' wives, women in the marketplace, and those in missions. Yan, kaya napakaganda. Kahit ang mga babaeng missionaries natin, merong program to really care and to reach out to them. Hindi lang natin aabutin yung mga lost. No? Aabutin din natin yung mga umaabot sa lost, di ba? Yung ating mga missionaries. So, ito yung mission and vision ng Women's Commission. Sorry kung yung ilan doon nasabi ko na, no? Pero ito, specific ito. Yung paggamit nila ng acronym na GROW. No? Maturity in Christ through women, GROW. Ano ba yung GROW? Generations to be rooted in and obedient. Yan. In and obedient to the word. Yan. No? At nandoon yung yung hindi natin pwedeng balwalain na word na mentoring. No? Nandun talaga yung power. At we thank God sa mga women volunteers na to na no, na magta-travel pa talaga ito, no? Pupuntahan tayo at we await. Pero ewan ko sa mga districts, ito question lang, no? Mga kasama tayo dito sa districts. Kung napag-uusapan din ba, no, itong pagbibigay daan para sa CWC, no? Na sila rin ay maging partner natin sa ating local churches or sa district. So kayo na po ang makakasagot noon. At kung meron po mang ganoong pag-abot ang CWC sa inyo, i-share nyo rin sa atin. Tayong lahat ay may encourage dito. In a vision, we want to see women taken an active role in church growth and development through a vibrant and effective women's ministry where women of CBAP ito, di ba? Ito yung sinasabi kong core values kanina na medyo nahuli, no? Nahuli pero hindi pa rin naman talaga 'yon. So ito dalawang page ito, no? Women leaders. Okay. Let's look at ito. So worship and devotion to God, obedience to God's word, multiplication of leaders, excellence in work. Network, partnership, and teamwork for kingdom building. Ang ganda. Now, let's look dun sa leaders. No? Love and compassion for women. Yan, napaka-importante. Equipping and empowerment of women, accountability, and authenticity of character. So, ito yung chine-check ng bawat isa ang kanilang pag-uugali sa where it comes to honesty, when it comes to stewardship ng pera, di ba? When pati yung disbursement ng pera, okay? Medyo mainit na sa sa impeachment of disbursement anyway. And then diversity, okay? And maximize use of gifts. Na ma-ensure natin kasi yung sinasabing different walks of life na meron talagang ng mga ladies na nakakaangat ang buhay, di ba? At meron din napaka-simple ng buhay. At ang tawag mo dito, siguro ang ilan sa atin, no, mga nakaka-relate na yung seasons of life na sinasabi, no. Tayo mga manggagawa, pinapadaan tayo ng Lord, no. Kahit doon sa mga difficult times, kahit sa mga times na walang pera, in order for us to syempre magtiwala sa Diyos and at the same time to accept, no. Hindi tayo discriminative, no. To accept everyone. Dahil tayo rin mismo naranasan natin how it is to have a difficult life na wala tayong ibang mahinga ng tulong kundi sa Diyos lang. So I do not need to preach on this aspect. Pero ang kagandahan nito ay we celebrate diversity, okay? We celebrate diversity. And then esteem and respect for others. Ito napakahalaga kasi yung mga concept ng yung may mga past ng abuses, domestic violence, di ba? Abuse sa kanilang mga trabaho, di ba? At nandito tayo sorry. At yung women's ministry, naroon nag-exist para dalhin ng bawat isa. Palakasin ng bawat isa, di ba? At bigla ko naalala si Mami Ana, no? Sa JCBC. Kasi si Mami Ana, alam ko currently siya yung chairwoman ng JCBC. Pero more than that, ay ano rin siya, barangay worker siya na ano dun sa Bausi, no? Yung violence against women and children. Yun yung ano niya, yun yung strength niya doon. Doon siya ginagamit ng Diyos. At naniniwala ako yung ano yung pagpapahalaga sa ano no, dignidad ng kababaihan. Ano rin siya, ministry din. Ministry ng church kasi we are created in the image of God. Again, I do not need to preach on the matter, no. And then resourcefulness, ayan. Napaka ano ito yung ano, ito yung maabilidad pero hindi makunat. Yung ano no, yung kung paano ano, yung syempre nandoon yung creativity. We are created in the image of God. Part of it na enjoy nagse-celebrate natin yung ano, yung resourcefulness. And then of course, yung is napakaganda servant leadership. Okay, we will now move dun sa second part ng ating lesson. Very very profound, no? Yung nilagay ko na dito at ano sa mga kababaihan natin na in the future makabasa ng lecture, no? O kaya ng ano makapanood ng video to be uploaded later yung mahal namin kayo. Mahal namin kayo. Let's move on. Okay. So ito yung mga ano no, yung mga pagbibigay ng kadahilanan. Okay, start sa scriptural reasons, okay? The passages like 1 Timothy 3, 1 to 7, and then Titus 1, 6 hanggang 9. Okay. Describe an overseer or elder as the husband of one wife. Okay. Which conservative groups interpret as a clear design for male leadership. Yung paggamit ng ano ng masculine form in these qualifications. Okay? Tapos yun, yung still with scriptural reasons, no? Una, there were no known women pastors in New Testament times. Meron tayo last meeting, we talked about Phoebe. She was a deaconess, Romans 16:1. Pero, ayun nga, not as an elder in the church. Church of Rome, if that's precise. And then none of the instructions regarding church order include instructions for women pastors. Okay? So, parang ang idea dito, in principle and logic, no? Kung sana mayroong specifics na nagsasabing instruction para sa women pastors ang inilagay ng mga Bible writers, no? And then some texts on church order explicitly forbid women to occupy that role. Makikita natin ito later on. Okay. Si John S. Hammett, ito, book na to, no, yung ano, very, very helpful sa akin. No? Biblical Foundations for Baptist Churches. No? Sabi niya, reading dun sa 1 Timothy 2:9 to 15, contains some phrases that are difficult, but the phrase prohibiting women from teaching and exercising authority occurring as it does immediately prior to the qualifications for elders, whose responsibility is to teach and exercise authority, seems clearly intended to prohibit women from serving as elders. Yung idea na we will of course look into that. Still with Hammett, other roles such as teaching men in Sunday school classes. Kasi, di ba, I do not permit a woman to teach. Ang question is, paano yung mga Sunday school classes? Diba? At babae ang ginagamit ng Diyos to facilitate. Diba? Serving in various positions on the staff of a local church and many other roles were not a part of New Testament church life, which means it was a later development para makita yung needs of the local church. No? Thus are not directly addressed. In other words, this is permissive, no? Ito ay inaalaw kasi nga the difference of time setting at saka structure ng local church, di ba? The propriety of women serving in such roles is debatable and depends on the specific job, description, and the church's understanding of this role. Pero ako naman, tayo sa atin, of course, I can speak only para sa Sibap Cavite. At idadagdag ko na rin yung yung ibinigay ng Diyos na time sa akin when I was advisor ng Discipulus, no? Yung yung youth arm na yung youth ministry arm ng ng Sibap Cavite. And I thank God, malaking doon natuto rin ako. At sinishare ko sa inyo yung napakalaking blessing ng mga yung mga babaeng kabataan na nakasama ko doon sa team sa Discipulus at saka pati yung mga youth camps. Youth camps. Nakita ko si Archie kanina, yan. Naintindihan ni Pastor Archie yan yung malaking blessing na meron tayong mga kasamang women, not only sa sa youth ministry but also para sa sa mga adults. And another reason is the creation order, okay? We're still with 1 Timothy 2:12, diba? Sinight ko na rin po dito, I do not permit a woman to take or to exercise authority over a man. Tapos may follow-up siya, no? Rather to remain quiet, and then for Adam was formed first, then Eve. So, yun yung tinatawag na creation order. So, 1 Timothy 2:12, pero dapat siguro baguhin ko ng ng sequence. No? Wait lang. Salamat for being patient, di ba? Kailangan mas maganda mauna siya. Tapos, pareho ng font size. Font and font size. Ayan, good. Slideshow. Ayan, thank you mga kuya. Kasi, send ko rin naman sa inyo tong PowerPoint presentation na to later on. So, nakita natin that the order presented, yung creation order, states that a woman should not teach or have authority over a man, rooting this rule in the created order of Adam and Eve rather than changing cultural norms. Okay, so ano yun? Appeal doon sa sa yung unang yung dahilan ay kinukuha based from the creation order. Teka lang po. And then complementarism, di ba? Complementarism, yung from the word complement, na ang lalaki at ang babae, they complement each other. Okay? The belief that God created men and women with equal spiritual value and dignity, okay? But with distinct complementary roles in the family and the church. So, yun po yung pinaka simpleng definition ng complementarism. Okay? So the scriptures teach a hierarchy of responsibilities. The wife is to sabi Ephesians 5. Pero again, sorry, i-reorder ko ito ha. Yep, pwede na yan. Nandiyan na naman yan. And then this interpretation is confirmed by the clear parallel passage in Colossians 3:18. Nakalagay po sa pinakababa. Wives, submit to your husband as it is fitting in the Lord. And the teaching of Peter. Okay? 1 Peter 3:1. Okay, sige. Yun, kailangan natin reorder ito. Kasi tinitignan ko yung yung presentation for sequence. Okay? Ayan. Likewise, wives, be subject to your own husbands, so that even if some do not obey the word, they may be won without a word by the conduct of their wives. So, okay. So yung tulungan, yung kagandahan ng partnership na meron ibinigay ang Diyos para sa lalaki at sa babae. So the Greek term used for submission, no, hypotasso, suggests a voluntary submission based on a common commitment to proper order. No? Yun yung principle na iniisip ng ladies, no? Na siya ay nagpapasakop dahil merong created order na inuna ang Diyos, no? It does not imply an organization based on inability or inferiority. Pag titingnan natin, ang basis ng pagpapasakop ng babae ay dahil pa rin sa Diyos, okay? it is still because of God's design, no? Hindi 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 doon sa ano no, yung um, pero nangyayari rin talaga, no? Nangyayari sa family life, no? Yung minsan dahil nawawala na tayo ng ano, ng pagdadahilan, nasasabi natin na ako ang lalaki dito. Kaya ano yun, yung ano yun, bahagi ng buhay, bahagi ng buhay yan. Hindi this term seems to have been chosen by Paul to honor the unique value of the wife. Okay? So the Godhead, so yung ano, yung model kung saan natin kinukuha yung complementarism. The Godhead provides the unchanging model for the family and the church. Bakit? There exists in each both essential equality and economic subordination. Okay? So ang ang son ay equal to the father. Pero there is this need for the son to subordinate himself, no? In order to fulfill the will of the father. Pero hindi naman nawawala doon yung ano, yung pagbaba ng rank and authority ng ano ng uh, uh, Diyos Ama, Diyos Anak, which is Jesus Christ. Equality is based on who each is. A relational interpersonal matter. Yung ano nila, yung unity nila, yung pagtutulungan nila. Na yung nais nilang ituro sa atin bilang mga tao, no? Subordination is based on what each does. A task-oriented functional matter. Okay? Both elements are present and are to be acknowledged in practice. Still on complementarism. Organizational subordination requires the recognition and appreciation of essential equality. Malakang part dito, of course, yung recognition and appreciation. Na ano nga, na hindi na nabubulag ang lalaki sa authority yung na ibinigay ng Diyos, no? Each is to value the worth of each other. Communication and love is to characterize internal relationships, and each person must focus jointly on the task. Yung pagbibuild ng ano ng family. Pagkakaroon ng isang strong home ng pagtitiwala, pagmamahalan sa isa't isa. When this occurs, there will be no jealousy, strife, contention, or claims of superiority or inferiority. Ganun din yung mararamdaman ng babae, ng asawang babae na hindi niya na-feel yung ano, yung kasi nga nandoon yung yung actual na pagbe-verbalize ng ano ng lalaki, how we recognize the women and how we appreciate them. Okay? So still with ano John Hammett, yung sinabi ko yung ano kanina, yung book, Biblical Foundations for Baptist Churches. Sabi niya, similarly, we all know many women who seem far more capable of leading their families than their husbands. Yung ano, we look at the realities. Yung ano, yung meron talagang strong women or stronger women. Yet one of the purposes why God assigns husbands to be the head of the family is to babalik do sa principle to illustrate something of the relationship between Christ and the church. So ano nga, napahapyawan ko nung Sunday na kasi napag-usapan doon yung tungkol na sa role na si Jesus ay si Jesus ay namatay para sa kasalanan ng tao. Binibigyan ko ng rationale. At Jesus Christ died for the church. At yung parallel nito, yung asawang lalaki ay willing naman din dahil sa kanyang pagmamahal sa asawang babae na mamatay, no, para sa kapakanan ng kanyang asawang babae. So ganun yung ano, yung complementarism, yung principles ng complementarism dito ay ang foundation nito yung pag-ibig talaga. No, yung pag-ibig at ganoon din yung reaction yung response, no, ng asawang babae ay pagpapasakop dahil dun sa tinatanggap niya na pag-ibig galing sa asawang lalaki. Okay, we will close upon this final instructions to men dahil wala naman tayong babaeng kasama sa ating online training ngayong gabi, di ba? Kahit naman kahapon. Ay, kahit nung Monday. Okay. Men should lead by serving and supporting women in ministry so they can use their God-given gifts effectively for the growth of the church. Amen. Amen. Ano pa? Men should provide biblical leadership. So, yung responsibility, pinapakita yung isang biblical type of leadership that encourages accountability, discipleship, and teamwork rather than relying on popularity, personal authority, at idadagdag ko dito yung unhealthy competition. Kasi may competition na maganda. Yung hindi maganda yung unhealthy competition. Ano ba? Of course, men should respect women as equal in worth before God while honoring the distinct leadership roles in the family and the church as presented in the lesson. Okay, and then men should model Christ-like servant leadership by mentoring, praying for, and equipping women to mature in their faith and ministry. Okay? So, thank you po sa ating natapos na pag-aaral, sharing tungkol po sa issue ng pagkakaroon ng pag-establish ng women's ministry and at the same time yung pagpapaliwanag na bakit ini-endorse sa ating organization na SIBAP na ang lalaki lang ang dapat magpastor sa church. Okay? Pastor, elder, or even overseer. Okay, so are there questions? Meron gustong i-share? May mga, ang tawag dito, testimonies, no? Yung mga pangyayari sa inyo. Eh, yan. Sige, Pastor Ramon, sige po.
Pas, so lumalabas po ang pinaka-stand ng SIBAC why wala tayong pastora is because of that biblical sound teaching natin, not for any reason po.
Yes po, yes po.
Okay po, Pas. Kasi po, sometimes talagang they question SIBAC, no? Because we are so conservative na sundin kung ano po talaga yung... So doon lang po, walang ibang pinaghuhugutan ng iba.
Hindi po sa walang pinaghuhugutan. Very important kasi sa atin yung principle, yung sa part ng distinctives natin. That sinusunod lang natin yung yung sinasabi ng Bible. In other words, kasi nga wala tayong creed, meron tayong statement of faith, pero statement of faith is not a creed kasi bawat local church ay mayroong statement of faith na hindi siya kagaya ng creed na kailangan lahat ng SIBAP pareho yung statement of faith. Yun nagiging creed na yun. Kung yun ang conviction ng mga kasama natin sa SIBAP, na dahil ito ay sinabi ni Apostol Pablo kay Timoteo, no? Yun yung na-inherit natin na tradition. Okay? So, yun yung natin, ang primary reason natin, yung pagbalik natin sa salita ng Diyos. So, anong sinasabi ko? So, that is a clear follow-up ng yung presentation. Thank you, Pastor Ramon po. Diba pa po? Walang tanong kasi walang babae. Anyway, ang naman tawag mo dito. Maliwanag naman ako kahit ako sa akin. Maliwanag at yun. Maganda kasi yung sa lesson, inuulit ko po, I'm not trying to endorse this kasi sabi ko maganda kasi ako nagtuturo. No. Nilagay ito talaga ng SIBAP sa kanilang ministry manual para natin anong tawag mo dito? Magkaroon tayo ng mapa, magkaroon tayo ng roadmap. O anong gagawin natin, especially with regards sa church planting, purihin ng Diyos, na nakikita natin na nadadagdagan yung mga dumadalo. Nadadagdagan ang Bible studies, na nakakapag-create na ng fellowship sa ating mga pananambahan, di ba? So in doing so ay nakikita rin natin yung kung paano natin as yung mga leaders ng church na paano natin sila tinutulungang ma-establish, okay? Ma-establish sila. At makita nila yung kanilang kahalagahan bilang mga leaders, women leaders sa loob ng local church. Okay?